guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I am going to be talking to you about the baby and a new update that I have for you guys. So I am currently 22 weeks pregnant right now, and it is August the 22nd, and this is a very sensitive topic for me to speak on. So I went to the doctor a couple weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, and it was my first appointment. I think it was 20 weeks or 18. So I was 21 weeks or something like that when I went to my first doctor's appointment, because we were having issues with our insurance and stuff like that. So we wanted to get that settled before we even went to the doctor. So I went to the doctor, I did the ultrasound. The baby looked perfectly healthy. They measured everything. They measured the brain, the kidneys, the heart. They looked at all the chambers in the heart. Everything was fine. He was developing properly. Everything was perfectly great in the ultrasound. And then I went in for a routine blood drawn, and everything came out fine except for one thing. While I was there, they offered me a genetic testing, which kind of gives you an idea if there's gonna be any issues with the baby as far as spinal bifida, I think it's called, or Down syndrome, or some other things, just genetic stuff. And so I went, and I was like, yeah, you know what, I got it with my other two sons, let me just go for it. Normally I had that test done in the first couple of weeks. I think it was in the first trimester I had that done with both of my kids, and everything came out fine. But when they did it for my third child, it came back that I had really high protein levels. I think that's what she said on the phone. I'm trying to remember what the lady said, but she was talking so fast and my kids were screaming in the background that all I heard was your chance of having a baby with Down syndrome went from 1 to 1,000, or 1 to 10,000, or something like that. 1 to 1,000, I think, to 1 to 170, 180, 179. And my heart just broke. Not because there's anything wrong with babies who do have Down syndrome or stuff like that. It's just I wasn't expecting it. I was just at my house playing with my kids, making dinner for my husband and my family, and I thought everything was great with the blood work. So that was not even a thought in my mind. And the lady said, it's just one, and your levels came back high, and if we would like to run another blood test, when can you guys come in? Because I really want to get these tests done, because they do take a couple of a week to come back, 7 to 10 days, she said. And so I was like, you know what, let me speak to my husband to see if we even want further testing done, because I'm only saying if we even wanted further testing, because for me as a mom, it doesn't really, I'm not one of those parents that would just easily get rid of the baby, or give the baby up for adoption, or somehow stop the pregnancy. I personally, I believe that if you're early on in the pregnancy and that's truly how you feel about it, and you have your mind made up, that's perfectly fine. Before I even got this testing done, there was nothing in the world that was gonna make me stop the pregnancy at all. Even now, I can firmly say that I am not planning to. There's not a single thought in my mind about it, because any baby is a blessing. And I'm a little worried. Yes, I am worried, as any parent would be worried if they told you that your chances went down more than 0.5%, more than 50%. But once I went in onto the doctor's, I'm trying not to cry, guys. I'm very emotional about this topic, and I wasn't gonna make a video about it. I even told my parents that it was nothing serious. I told them that it was just like a high protein thing, which it is, but I didn't get into the details of it because I didn't feel like there was a need to try and explain something to people that may not even happen, you know? And even if it does happen, that's a pretty sensitive matter, and that's just not what I wanted to do. But then again, I'm making this video, so mainly because I felt very alone, and I'm very worried. Now, we don't have any, let me knock on wood, let me not even say that, you know, let me just skip that whole part, okay? So let me just tell you when I went in. I went into the doctor's on Tuesday, the 20th, to get more blood work done, and that's when we actually sat down with the genetics counselor, and she told us that it was 1 out of 179 chances that the baby could have some developmental issues. She said that most likely it's nothing because of my age and, you know, stuff like that. It was mainly because my protein levels were kind of high for the testing that they were doing. So, you know, I was trying to stay calm. She was very calm. She didn't seem worried at all. My husband's not even worried about it. I'm the only one that's going crazy because, of course, I'm a mom. Like, I have the baby inside of me. Like, I can feel him every day. And it's a different feeling. And, you know, I want to make sure that the baby is fine, is good. I know that there's nothing like that we can do for the baby, but I really want it to like be prepared for it. That is something that may happen, you know. There has been, like, I've been Googling like crazy, and there has been things about it not even being, you know, something that actually, you know, like, a lot of women have gotten this test done, and they've said that, you know, they had the same results, and then the baby came out fine, and, you know, they were worried for like 2 weeks because they had another ultrasound. Now, what I'm thinking is, when I went to my ultrasound, it was a very detailed scan, and I'm trying to be very hopeful, and I'm trying to be very hopeful. That I'm trying to be very hopeful that the baby is fine. And I know that a lot of women go through this, and, you know, they're perfectly fine with it. They, you know, they love the baby either way. I just feel like I don't know. But let me talk to you guys. Let me talk to you guys about the ultrasound. The ultrasound came back perfect. They found nothing wrong with his brain, no deformities, nothing that would suggest that the baby has anything physically wrong. The things in the brain were perfectly fine. There was, like, you know, regular head shaped. From what I was Googling, or, you know, from what I could find research online besides Google, because Google sucks. Like, I needed a medical thing. If a baby is diagnosed with any signs of Down syndrome or any other mental illness, you can tell in the ultrasound as well. By that I mean the shape of the head, the size of the head, the size of the body, or any you know, deformities in the body itself, or you know, there's a shadow in the brain. You can tell that from ultrasounds. And you know, everything was perfectly great with my ultrasound, and the lady was so excited. You know, she told me the gender, and it's a boy. I will probably have the gender reveal before this video. But yeah, this is something that really caught me off guard, and I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with a baby who has, you know, any mental delays or anything like that. I was very shocked at the results. And you know, as a pregnant wife, mom of two, my emotions are just way too high right now. And you know, again, I'm probably making a big deal out of this than, you know, it is, because you know, everybody else is calm. Like everybody else, I mean my husband, because he's the only one that actually knows what is happening. And you know, everybody's praying. Like my parents are, you know, keeping the baby in mind. They're praying for the baby, you know, because they only know half of it. And you know, I probably won't even say anything. They probably won't even watch this video. But this, I don't know, it was just very hard for me to speak to somebody about this. And I feel like I can speak to you guys, mainly because I'm not speaking to anybody. You know, like I'm like looking at myself in the camera and just trying not to overthink it. You know, I'm sure the baby's fine and everything's okay. He's just doing his own thing, which is what the lady said. You know, some women, some babies just, you know, do what they want. You just do what they want. There's nothing that we can do to prevent things from happening. And all I can do is just pray and, you know, talk to my doctor, wait for the test results. I'll probably do like an updated test results. What I regret doing is going in for the second blood work. Not because, like, I don't understand. That's just the thing. Like, if my odds were 1 in 179, what is this new test gonna do? Is it gonna like lower my chances, or is it gonna be like, oh, now you have 1 in 25, you know, % chance of having a baby with issues, or you know, developmental issues or something like that? Like, I don't want to hear that. You know, I just regret the whole genetic testing thing. I just wish that I can go back and like not even take it, because at this point I'm an ugly cry, you guys. I'm so sorry. At this point I'm just going crazy, you know, like there's nothing I could do, literally. Even after I get this test results, which are probably gonna be the same thing. I was so dumb, but you know, my husband thought it was a great thing to do, because you know, if there's anything wrong, I would like to know, which is a normal thing. Like, some parents don't want to know, and some parents do. I went for the genetic testing thinking that everything was gonna be fine, and you know, it was just something that was really unexpected. And that's all I can say. I mean, it was just crazy. And you know, the genetic testing lady said that, you know, with that test, even though it seems like my odds got higher, if you look at it, 1 to 179, that's like less than half of a percent, or like less than 1% or so, something like that, you know. But just watching the numbers, I just watching those numbers just go down from 1,000 to not even like 500 or like 900 or something like that. Went down to 100. It scared me a lot. And I'm sure people, you know, like I said, there's like a bunch of people in this world that go through it, or I experience this answer or this result, and everything turned out perfectly fine for them. But I am sure that as a mom, you would be worried, and okay, let me calm down real quick. You would worry as a mom. You worry and you feel helpless because there's legit nothing I could do. And at this point, it's just all waiting, it's a waiting game, and I'll see what happens with the results. But until then, that is the latest update. I'm so sorry if this is your first video that you watch of me, but there's other videos on my channel that are much happier than this. This is just something that I'm going through with this pregnancy, and nothing is set in stone as far as like, the doctors haven't told me anything, and matter of fact, they told me that everything looked great. But at least the ultrasound tech did. So right now I'm just waiting, counting down the days until I get those results back, and as soon as I get them back, I'll probably make another update. But to be honest, I don't even know if I'm actually gonna upload this video because it's just very hard to talk about, and I am such an ugly crier, and I don't want to feel like like I am just saying anything bad that would hurt other people, because I know that there's a bunch of children with mental issues, or that go through a lot, not just mentally but physically, and some people have it worse than what I'm having, because all I have right now is just a test, and that's pretty much I'm probably gonna look at this video and delete it, or just I don't know. But I wanted to talk to somebody, and if anybody can relate to what I'm going through, or has had any testing done that has come out the same, and their pregnancy was good, or the baby was good, or the baby came out with any like problems, just you can always comment. But I know I'm probably not the only parent that feels this way. I did look up on YouTube like more information or more parents that have gotten this result, and I only found one lady, and that's very sad, because this is something that a lot of people should talk about, especially like while you're pregnant, because I'm so sure that there's other women out there that have gotten this result and have tried to YouTube any information or Google any information that is possible to try and understand what is actually happening. And I know I'm crying, I'm just really upset, I'm just very emotional, and this is the first time that I'm actually saying these things out loud, and even expressing my feelings. Like, I didn't tell my husband how I felt about it, and I haven't had time in the day to actually process this information. Okay, I think I'm gonna end this video now because I've been crying way too much, and that's just, I look like a crazy maniac right now. But I will make another video updating you about the results and about the ultrasound and about my next appointment, because I do have an appointment coming up the 27th of August, and I will definitely be speaking to my doctor, hopefully getting another ultrasound done, and that's all I can say. I mean, thanks for watching this crazy video, and hopefully, you find it, interesting, or, even feel like there's other women out there that go through the same thing. So I'm gonna end things like this. So I'll see you guys on my next video, and you know, just all you can do now is wait. That's all, and pray things go good and that the baby is healthy, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So my camera is dying on me, and so that's my cue to leave. I will see you guys next time, and yeah, have a good night, guys.